It's the moment where the aliens come out of the spacecraft. Gary Oldman, get over here for a quick. Hey, if I think Gary Oldman walked in. Look, they come out of space, come all the clouds over there. And there they are, the windmill. I was just in there. I came up right over this way. I don't know about the storm. We'll have to see. They said it'd already be here. You can see a lot of it and smell it from this direction because I'm higher up. But they want to warn of lightning this way. It's to the side. It blew not west, but south. This way would be north, and that way would be east, where the city is. And my dad shook his head because he gave up. Why don't you grow up, knotweed? Why? Grow up, knotweed. We'll get a photo of it in a minute. When we head back, I've got a timer on. And this is what I wanted to get because this would be a great place for a mime. If you do mime, right there, under that light, or any of those lights. We'll go through all four and see the best angle. Greg could come down. All he has to do is stand there and begin. About 5 minutes until they haul him off, though. Unless he got the proper documents, proper pass, the proper approval, as in, what do they call it, vendor's license or something stupid like that. If he has that, he just break out the license, or his people would. There we go. 2023 right here. I'm just seeing if there's good angling up here. Yeah, this is the ground floor here. Probably because of the trees, not so. But that's what I'm talking about. That is perfect for any type of performance. About there. About where they're standing is the light. So, if you are a mime, I dare you. Everything water. Absolutely everything. Everything water. It's happy Mother's Day. There is the Amara Sleep again, and then we'll go pick up Doc B's on the other side. Talk low, talk slow, and don't say too much. Yeah, right. Okay. Got it. J. 2 fork and knives salads. Or knife and fork salads. Like Cobb salads. Knife and fork salads for the Catholic. And fork and knife is fine for the Protestants. Boy, it smells musty down here. Now we climb. Grow up, knotweed. We're on the 3rd, or we're on the 2nd. All right. Okay, we're on the 2nd. Trunk open. We're not gonna. Yeah. This right here. Just a quick grab. I appreciate if you have a problem with my anti-drug slogan, grow up, not weed. Keep it to yourself, because those are monitored. I do try to protect you by deleting them, but it doesn't mean it doesn't go elsewhere. So, kids don't need it. So grow up, not weed. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's get the mileage. All right, this Doc B's is going 6.1 miles, 17 minutes is the time. And we'll be there at 9:17 on the arrival in the post meridium. If you don't know what it means, look it up. So I got the chills because I'm kind of sweaty. It's a tough one. I thought I was on the 4th floor, I'm sorry. Not weed. He tricked me. But you know what I mean. Grow up, not weed. Took me a while. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Scriptum. Things end in M sometimes when you cast a spell. Scriptum. That's what I'm going to do when I go to Hollywood, or actually when I go to Harry Potter World. Get myself a little wand. Maybe Natalie Travels will buy it for me, or will she be in Daphne at the same time? If Adam the Woo allows her to buy me one. Or Chris the Girl, she might buy me one. Does it have to be from a witch? Am I a warlock? I have the sign and the mark. I can prove it. Gary Oldman would know. Ask him. If I am, I don't know. If I was a warlock, I'd probably know it. But you don't know until you get the wand, right? Little wood wand. They have different wands though. You can buy them at Harry Potter. They're basically wizard wands. Or what do they call them? They have different names. I thought it was called a wand. Postscriptum. Yeah, sorry I told everybody they're gonna burn in hell and beg for a drop of water. Sorry, I was a little mad. Kind of getting blamey. Blaming people. A big problem of mine. I was really bad about it when I was a kid. If something bad would happen to me, I would just blame my friend. And he's like, what did I do? And I just blame them. I know you did this. And there's no way they did it at all. I'd always blame them. This is your fault. And I'm like, we didn't do anything. One time, I got robbed to help me move from Denton all the way to Fort Worth. So we got all this stuff, and then I got everything moved in, but I was missing my taxi driver poster. And I thought, I just didn't know how it could have gone missing. Some people try to take some stuff off my mother's lawn because they thought I was doing like a lawn sale. And then I got them to put it back because I saw them doing it. There were like these Mexicans that walked up and started taking stuff thinking it was trash. And then I said, well, where would it be? I said, and Jordan was walking up, and I said, I bet Jordan got it. I'm going to ask Jordan if he got my taxi driver poster. And Rob confessed. He said, no, I took it. I said, oh, you took it? He said, yeah, I got it. It was a cartoon one of Travis Bickle standing in front of the yellow cab. So I said to him, all right, Rob, you can keep it, but you got to put it over your writing desk. I wonder if he has that over his writing desk. But it was a true story. I let him keep it because he told me that he took it. So I said, you can keep it. But I bought another one. I ordered it through the same online thing, and I gave it to Earl. It's up in Maine. At least Earl threw it away. I don't know. But it was a cartoon version of Travis Bickle and Taxi Driver standing in front of his cab. It's a true story. Hey, it's a red light. Well, maybe it was an emergency. It better have been, because he went right through here. Shall we go pull him over? No, I'm just joking. Postscriptum. Please subscribe. Not police subscribe. Please. 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 Uh-oh. 2 more. Onward, my boys in blue. You always want to give them a little leeway. That slows them down from what they're doing now. See, they're coming up behind them. So you create a little bit of traffic for them to give them plenty of room. Like this guy's probably upset with that truck right there. But yet he has to get through. So you don't want to go like too quick behind them because you never know. Plus, if something tumped over, you want to be careful about that too, because it could be a major traffic issue. You never really know. You got to go with the flow. They were pretty close. Usually when that happens, I turn it on. In most cases, I don't, you know. But we don't know. That guy's light's not on. So that was 3 of them in pursuit of something. And you've got a 4th one lagging behind right there. Because what? It's not that big of an emergency? Because look, you've got 3 of them running through lights. You've got this guy making a left right here, which is a sign for something. Right there. You can see the Mansfield bar right behind it right there. That's a sign for something. Because you got to figure out, like, why in the world would he not be involved in such an emergency? It's kind of gangs in New York. The time, 9:12. The date is May 5, 2023. I guess it would be 9:10. There's lightning all the way over this way. There's two or three more of them right there. Something went down. We'll have to check the news though. That's like 10 of them in a row. All in one direction, which is the direction we're going. Yeah, there's even more of them. There's something serious. These guys are crossing over here. They're also going towards the mall. This is like a major emergency. We don't know on the thunderstorm too. But that would not be, not all of them would be lit up. That's all cars. That's an all cars alert probably. Because we had probably 7 of them pass. There's another one going down that same direction. I gotta turn on Waze to find out exactly where I'm at. This is serious. It's May 5. One went right behind me, was lit up, and then went dark. And he came from very far. Like, very far away. I've had him one time, Benbrook, speed up right on my bumper like that, out of nowhere. I mean, out of the clear blue sky, and do the exact same thing and then cut through traffic like that. That's criminal. All right. So that was about 20 cop cars, mostly going down Overton Ridge, but crossing where Overton Ridge is and this road right here. This road right here, Overton Ridge Boulevard. We're on Bryant Irving. Most of them went down this way, but not all their lights were on. So it was a mixture. This is probably going to Miresta or something like that. And he came up out of nowhere with lights on and then went dark behind me. Right? I ain't his commander-in-chief yet, but because of the date and because of the location, I can definitely have a meeting with him way in the future. Didn't get a cruiser number, but I got a time and location of where he's at, which they keep those in log. And if they keep all of that archived, we can meet with him later and talk with him. Because if he's not on the ball, then what is he trying to get through? Right? If he's turning his lights off and then on and then off for whatever purpose, there better be a major disaster going on with that many cop cars going through lights, going through red lights. and coming up behind people. There better be a major disaster. Because of the time, we can possibly find it out. And if they erase it, that's even worse. I asked Mike Keir. He worked with the DEA. Ask Mike Keir, right? Ask Mike Keir if they try to erase something. Because that's how they cover up crime. Like body cameras and all kinds of stuff. If they turn certain things off, they have to take dictation, basically. When they turn those lights on, everyone has to know why. They have to show proof of why there's an emergency. They can't just be like, we're having fun tonight. Yay, lights on, woo, woo. They can't do that. It's highly illegal. And we can talk about it way in the future because I might can trace some of this stuff. We know it's May 5th. We know it's about 9-10 when they were flipping out. And we know the direction they were going. And we know Overton Ridge was involved. And we know that one of them went right behind me. Little hot shot right behind me. Right? Whether I'm my Secret Service or militia or whether they're not, does not matter. Because we have the right to form our own militia against anyone. Any type of bully. We have the right to protect ourselves. And we have 4 different things that gets them. First, the badge number. Then the rank. Their association. Are they Fort Worth Police? Then we find out the T. Their title, which is their name. Right? B-R-A-T. Brat. Postscript scriptum. Right? A little letter. Where's the emergency? Did they keep going down this way or did they go down Overton Bridge? Did they all go to the mall? Were they late for Jason's Deli? Cops have pulled over other cops. Right? We don't care about the vloggers. The vloggers don't control SHIT. They're not part of the government. They're not paid on government payroll. Are they? Chris the girl. Daphne. The wand. Because he needs it. I don't care if he's 6'3". He's a loaf and he's lazy. He ain't going to lose anything. His daddy JWW ain't going to let him. He's going to stay a fatso his entire life until they need 12 guys to take him off with the pallbearers. The pallbearers. They'll need a freaking crane to take that well away. 260 pounds. Embarrassing. There's your troop. Where? I don't see any emergency. I see a whole bunch of idiots driving around thinking there's an emergency. That's probably a down dog or a traffic issue. They wanted to play, they wanted to play with people's minds. Try to put fear in people. Well, you know what? Postscript scriptum. All right. Point 2. And then we're at Tameron. See if it flashes right here. And it does. And it's on 28. So Hitchcock always got even. That's north by northwest. So it'll be north or west. North is this way. North or west. Now, if we're dealing with the weirdos, oddballs from Florida, we're doing south by southeast. So this would be south, and this would be east. So we're looking at even over here, which is that way. Because it can also be north, can be interpreted that way too. As in north by north west. Well, the sun sets on the west. This one's actually one of those ones that are kind of weird. Yeah, it's this way. I was right. This way is west. So it's right over here, which is probably right here. Maybe something happened. I can still hear them. Usually, in most cases, nothing happens. Fall on their head. They profit off that. They try to. Probably where some of them were going down Oakmont at full speed. So whatever went down was a big deal. I have no idea what it could possibly have been. 20 cop cars. All these cars over in this area. It had to be something very serious. Could have been an apartment complex. It could have been a Walmart. It could have been anything. Pretty serious indeed. It was tons of them. Very nerve-wracking. Let me see if we can still hear it. It probably was like a fight or something. All the way from Louisiana. The worst thing about all of this is when the drunk gets behind the wheel. That's when it gets deadly, and then that's when they can get a prison sentence. They think drinking is such a wonderful thing, or getting high. Well, they can't do it behind the wheel, because if they do it behind the wheel, then that's it. There could be a family of 4 that they crash into. You never know. A lot of drunks are fathers. Most of them are. And drug addicts. And one day, they leave their family behind and decide to get behind the wheel. And they didn't mean to. And they don't get to see their family anymore in prison. That's why you don't drink. I'm not talking about drinking and driving. You don't want to drink and drive. But you don't want to drink, period. You don't want to be addicted to it. You don't want to be what's called a drunk. And you don't want to be an addict. Because eventually you'll get behind the wheel and you'll hurt somebody. You don't listen to this because you don't want to. But it happens. See the movie Clean and Sober with Michael Keaton. I'm not saying Michael Keaton's a saint, but he did that movie. They made him do that movie. And he did the movie to teach a lesson that it can happen to anybody. Grow up, not we. So Trish is going to find me a social worker, but I don't like men social workers. I've dealt with a lot of them. I've had psychiatrists and social workers. I do better with female social workers. It's kind of a mom and son kind of thing. So Trish is going to look around for me. She's out of Brooklyn. I'm in Fort Worth now, so we'll have to see. And then I can talk about, this is a Gandalf Gandalf, I can't say his name. James Lipton interviewed him, but he had the Sopranos guy had a social worker. Gandalf Gandolfini. Y'all know how to say his name. He was a Sopranos guy. Anyway, Patricia is going to try to find me a social worker, and I may do that. I might need some help. She says I'm too religious. I shame people with religion, like Martin Luther or something. And I got a control thing going on. Control stuff. So I agreed to it. Maybe I can see something on it. Last time I had a male social worker, we talked about the Apostle and Robert Duvall, and I don't know. I can't deal with that. It's got to be, because the female and the male, they have, they can see the thing. It's not necessarily the blind leading the blind. So I said, well, if it's a female social worker, relatively my age, so she can know my generation and what I'm going through. James Gandolfini. He was the guy in Sopranos that had the social worker. Sopranos was about, it's kind of a light-hearted mafioso, Italian mafioso movie, or it was a series. It was a long movie, but it was a series. James Gandolfini, who studied under Stella Adler. He was the guy I was thinking of. He was in Sopranos. He died, like 2013 or something, when Mark Kozalik was eating ramen. Mark Kozalik was eating ramen when James Gandolfini died. Yeah, Sopranos has that kind of thing where, you know, he had a temper, trying to run the family, control freak, and would get mad. And he had a social worker that was a female, to like a mother and daughter or sister and brother relationship, social worker kind of thing. Yeah, it's a good little series. It was very popular on HBO. It was the #1 movie, or the #1. You can't really call it a movie. That's what I don't like about this stuff. But you call it cable series. They get mad when you say it's cinema. Well, there's cinematic aspects to it. It ends in a very clever cinematic way. Them at a restaurant trying to be a family. The whole idea of protecting your family. That's what they live for. All right, kitty, back up. Boys. Whoa, sorry about that. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's kind of warm in here. Get that scratchy going. We'll turn it into a cat commercial. Edmund, Tuxedo, Cassavetes, a black and white kitty. We're gonna get you some cat food. Maybe a brand new fresh one. We may be doing a rerun. How about that, kitty kitty? Cat commercial. No, I have a cat named Edmund. There you go, kitty. And we're gonna try some I and Love and You beef. I guess that's pate. Okay, here we go, kitty. Let's try Spielberg Light. There we go. This way. Let's see if kitty likes it. It's organic. All right, sorry for shaming everybody and getting all religious. I guess I saw that as a way out. Anyway, here, watch out. I have 3 children, David, Elizabeth, and Gwendolyn. And Kitty's going to eat some of this. Here, Kitty, don't block the shot. You gotta do it with elegance. Let's try some Stella Adler. Go ahead and give it a try. Come on. And he likes it.